Do you feel like you're in a season of trouble where attack after attack has been happening to you? We've got some tips today of how to shut the door on that season. Stay right here. Hey guys, I'm Amy and this is Stick with the Plan. Today I'm talking about what happens when you feel like you're in a season of trouble. You know, many people said, Amy, I feel like I've had a double dose of trouble. We had an awesome meeting Saturday where it was a ladies meeting where girls came from all over Kentucky. We had friends from West Virginia join us, and it was just an outpouring of God's presence. You know, and the theme of this meeting was, you know, we're gonna get double for our trouble. It had been canceled because of snow the weekend before. So I just asked the Lord, let's see double miracles. Let's just see double for everything the enemy has tried to steal from us. And we did. We saw miracles. You know, I saw backs being healed. My friend Abby had a great testimony.
This is my good buddy Abby, who was healed today. We were praying together
and I was having severe back pain, and Amy and God were able to heal me through the Spirit of Christ. And I'm just so happy. I'm pain-free, and praise the Lord. I couldn't do that this morning. Thank you. God is good.
Isn't that wonderful how that God just comes right in and His presence just will touch you right where you need healing to get rid of that trouble? Another testimony that came in was from our friend Amber, who had been having pain in her kidneys. This is my friend Amber. What did you say happened today?
I was having kidney pain, and when she laid hands on me, it stopped.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Pain goes, Jesus is the healer.
Yeah.
Man, when God touched her, it totally took away that pain. She was healed. I love seeing what God is doing in their lives, in so many lives. Many of the ladies were saying, Amy, I feel like there's been trouble all around. Attacks are coming against me. Look at this verse in the book of Isaiah. This is a Message translation. It's 61 and verse 7, where it says, you may have had a double dose of trouble or your fair share of trouble, but that the Lord would make your land double, that He would increase your inheritance, that your joy would last forevermore. I love that. You might feel like I've had a double dose of trouble. I've been in a season that has just tried to keep me down, attack after attack. Well, the good news is that God's going to give you double for that trouble. You know, trouble can't last always. The Lord reminded me, He said, it's my mercy that'll endure forever. Not this trouble, not this attack you've been under. No, it's the mercy of God. It's His love for you that endures forever. So I get excited when I see that testimony. We got excited about that meeting, seeing all the results, and I know that God is working in your life. Trouble is not allowed to stay. I was talking with a friend the other day, and she said she had been through such a hard season. Really, she said like a 10-year stretch. She was experienced a divorce. Her had to be relocated with her job, so a change in career. Everything had changed, and she felt like, oh, it was such a season of trouble and discouragement and distraction. And she said she had led worship before, but during this 10 years, she could not sing. She lost her song of victory. And you know, I'm talking to her now because I was asking her about her voice. I said, your voice is great. It's wonderful. And she said, you know what? I couldn't sing for the last 10 years, but because of all that trouble, she said, the Lord has restored my song, and now it's double. I mean, when you hear her, I was like, man, she sounds like Adele. It's beautiful. God has given her her song back and then doubled that talent on it. Come on, what has the enemy tried to steal from you? Let's believe for double. You can't stay in that trouble. You can't stay in that lack. No, God's got double for you. Let me remind you of my nanny's favorite verse out of Romans 8 and 28. It says, well, we know this, that God works all things together for our good, for those that love Him and called to His plan, or one translation says, for a deliberate purpose. You know, there's a deliberate plan upon your life. You're not made to live in that trouble or that despair or that discouragement. No, there's a plan for you, and it's a plan of victory. That chapter goes on to say that you've been made more than conquerors, not to experience ordinary victories. No, a super victorious life that you've been called to. My little sister Faith recently told me this story. She's been working with the infants in the hospital doing her clinicals for nursing school, and she said this little guy guy was born early at 34 weeks, and the mother didn't want him, nobody wanted him, and her job is to see the baby's reactions. And she said, now this little guy fit in the palm of your hand, so tiny, and she's trying to react to him and get him to see it, all his systems are working, and get a tube in his nose, and he is kicking and he is fighting and he's moving his arms and he's moving his legs. And she said, you know what I noticed right then, that moment? She said nobody wanted him, the mom didn't want him, didn't think there was a purpose for him, but God had a purpose, and this little baby was a fighter, and he knew that if he could just fight, he would live, that there is a plan for him. And you know, as that brings tears to your eyes to think of it, there's a plan on you, and it's deliberate, and it's not to leave you in a time of trouble or a season of trouble, but to pull you out into a super victorious life. And that's how you'll stick with the plans He has for you. Thanks for joining me today. We finally got some springtime, and we love hearing all that God is doing in your life. And thank you for sharing this. We get new friends every week because you are sharing this. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, like this page. We have a brand new video for you next week. And remember, every Tuesday, we are live. I'll see you then.